Kaza Kamba Pan-African Theatre Festival 2. The second day and the program was still on fire. We started the day with a Pan-African workshop led by Zandi Radebe, who discussed what it meant to be African, how it extends to township life, how we relate to each other, the contrast in life pre-democracy and post-democracy, how we can be better as Africans, and the morals and traditions lost along the way. The program explored the ideas of Marcus Garvey and what Pan-Africanism meant to him. In essence, it must start with me, then we, before it can extend to us. To fill up yourself first and then fill up the cups of others with the excess water overflowing from your cup. It was a thought-provoking workshop and ideas bounced. Participants in the audience shared their wisdom and ideas. We shared our perspectives and what Pan-African meant to us. Then we arrived at my favorite part of the workshop. We discussed poetry and words with the Sekho Rampolo gang. We talked about form, structures, and types of poetry. How poetry is not necessarily a reflection of life because it hinders the perspective of the artist to experience, but rather a distillation. Poetry is an expression of one's intrinsic nature. It is an expression of individuation. If it's truthful, it comes from inside and has a unique voice. Not copy and paste from somebody else's work. It has to be authentically you because you can't be anybody else. We read and explored some of Lesego's favorite authors, and a member of the audience shared her poetry with the workshop to listen to. It was an interactive workshop, and we got to get inside of the mind of a true wordsmith who explained that his work comes from love. I was inspired by that remark because I understand. Although my work comes from multiple sources, love, yes, but anger, spite, pain, sometimes hate, and disappointment too. I transmute that to create my art. Maybe artists are a miserable bunch. To show, to feel, to distill life in word form, that's poetry. It's not about form or structure of language. We ended the day with an excellent Zimbabwe play titled Molly Street. The play follows Molly, who escapes child marriage and arrives in Chiredze, southern Zimbabwe. Young and unskilled, Molly becomes a sex worker. Sadly, not long after her arrival, her boyfriend murders her. Powerful show that depicts the perils of GBV. Rape, abortion, sex, violence, and murder. It's difficult to watch. We need to protect our girl children. The depiction of Molly's life is unflinchingly raw and honest. The words are descriptive and emotive. A perfect blend of showing and telling. The show is dramatic and the performance out of this world. Zimbabwean actress Chidajungu Joanne Tenga inhabits the world of Molly. She inhabits her psychology. She feels the sensations of her world, understands her struggles, feels her pain. She is totally one with the spirit. The performance is inspired, pure excellence. An example of world-class theater. She is perfect with that performance, how she moves on the stage, her voice intonations, her facial expressions, and the emotion in her words. Patrick Tenga complements the story with sound effects and the general score of the play. He uses drums, percussions, and strings. The end result is mesmerizing theater. The story is thought-provoking and reflects back socio-economic factors plaguing our communities. Hunger, poverty, aggression, pain, self-hate, hurt, toxic masculinity, GBV, prostitution, abortion, sex, and a lack of role models to carve up a better path for coming generation. It's an important story. Congratulations to Peter Churu for a great show and a deserved standing ovation.